And that's probably only the third time I played it live. So,
Oh wow.
So it's not too bad.
No, it's only good to me. Influences. Apart from this...
Tommy Emmanuel,
Yeah.
Gordon Giltrap.
Yeah, nice. I've met him.
Have you? He's meant to be a really nice guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he did. He went out of his way. We used to do a show a long time back. A guy called James McDonald, who's now on Midlands today, did a thing called Jim Will Fix It, and my brother played guitar.
Yeah.
And he knew Gordon Giltrap was playing Malvern with Cubis. No, yeah. So he took Andy along. Andy had no idea what was going. All he had to do was bring his guitar, and he arranged for a jam with Gordon Giltrap before he went on.
Brilliant.
It was incredible, and he was such a lovely bloke.
I was going to say,
yeah.
like I was saying about Tommy Emmanuel, you see him perform, and again, he just kind of gives you that feeling that he is just such a nice guy. You can just tell from spending that bit of time just in his presence in the audience. He just seems a really nice guy. And other people, Stuart Field, runs the guitar cavern down on the Tiding. He was talking about him the other day, and again, he was saying what a nice, what a good guy he was, what a nice guy he was. So he'd be one. Jacques Stotson, who's a Belgian guitarist. He'd been at a sort of similar kind of acoustic stuff. Well, then people like Hendrix. When I was younger, Joe Satriani doing all the hammer-on kind of stuff, which I used to try and do. And it was electric guitar stuff, it was all wiggly kind of wiggly stuff, which I kind of do a little bit of, but not to the level he does. When I was younger, I wanted to be like Steve Vai as well, all that flashy up and down and going wiggly kind of stuff. Did I say Hendrix? I probably did. And then Pearl Jam, like the guitarist out of that, growing up. Kind of, when I was younger, I was into a lot of rock stuff and heavy metal, Metallica, Iron Maiden. Probably one, Jimmy Page. I think one of the reasons I started playing the guitar once we play Stairway to Heaven. So you do that and then you kind of move on from there. But maybe a few influences. So, quite broad, really.
Yeah. You're from Worcester?
Not originally. I've been here 20 years, I think. I'm originally from Gloucester.
Right.
I came up, I did teacher training in Worcester.
Yeah.
And then stayed here since then, really. So, been here more or less 20 years, is it? Yeah, it must be about 40 now, so
we did your first ever gig. What's the best gig so far you've done?
Probably the Monday at the Guild Hall, actually.
Yeah.
This last one, The Sunday I was really pleased with.
Yeah.
And I played well, and it was great. But there were a lot of people there that I'd invited, so you kind of knew half the audience or your friends and family.
Yeah.
On the Monday, somebody had, I don't know what happened, but someone had dropped out for some reason, and John texted me Monday morning. So I went down. It was probably maybe not quite as big a crowd, but a similar sized crowd. But they hadn't come to see me, they just happened to be there, and I got as good, if not better, response from them, which was sort of quite pleasing, really, that I'd won over a crowd. It's easy to sort of have your friends clapping for you. You could be rubbish and they'd still clap because they're going to be nice. But people that don't know you, it's on the strength of your performance. So I was really chuffed with that. I was on a high for hours after that, which was cool. It was really good.
Any strange gigs?
There probably have been, but
apart from here.
I did one gig at the Robin in Bilston, and I thought, foolishly maybe naively, it was an open mic. Actually, it wasn't an open mic. An acoustic lunchy kind of thing on a Sunday, and I kind of figured it would be a bit like the Arts Workshop when they do that.
Yeah.
So I turn out, I'm thinking at the Robin, if I play well, I could impress them and get a gig. For those people that don't know, the Robin's quite a big venue up in Bilston. You get a lot of guitarists, a lot of rock bands play there. And I thought, well, if I do well, I might get a support slot. So I turn up there, I think it was January time. I turn up with my wife, and I think I was due to start playing at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock turns up, and there's myself and my wife, and the lady behind the bar, and a guy that's in there with a hangover from the previous night that I think possibly worked there. So we wait a bit, thinking that people are coming a bit later. And they're kind of thinking, because it's a regular event, people will just come because it's on. So we wait till 2 o'clock, and nobody shows up. And then about 2:30, 4 people come in. And I think, well, I know they're going to do it, then there's 4 people here. And I thought maybe they'd come in because of what was going on and just turned up late. but they just popped in because they were waiting for a taxi and it was a bit cold outside or something like that. So I'd travelled all the way up to Bilston for this gig that foolishly I thought was going to be my big break, to play to 4 people that really wanted to get home. My wife and the woman behind the bar and the guy with the hangover.
Oh, great.
So I just thought, oh well, put that one down for history or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. I played well, but nobody heard it. So
You got a website?
yeah, I've got a thing on Reverb Nation. I don't have my own website, but Reverb Nation. If you look up that site on Google and just type in Colin Bags, that's WGS. And then I've also got a MySpace. Again, if you go onto MySpace, type in Colin Bags, and you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook as well. I don't put loads of stuff, so you won't get bombarded by loads of junk and rubbish. I don't quite get Twitter really. I'm beginning to use.
No, I
it,
don't. I can't get into it.
No, I don't have one of those fancy phones that it's always coming to. I have to look at it at home on the computer. And I think most of what's on there, same with Facebook, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not really that interested in what someone had for lunch or what someone thinks about so-and-so. The odd thing worth reading, but most of it I would say is a waste of time.
Yeah.
But if you follow me on Twitter, if I'm playing a gig somewhere, I'll put it up on there. And that's probably all, or if I've recorded something, but I'm not going to bombard you with loads of junk and my opinion about the weather or whatever. I can't be doing with that. So if you follow me, I can guarantee you won't be loads of junk messages on it. It's worth following me, but it will be brief and infrequent.
Right. I think I've put 2 on mine and that's it since I've started.
Yeah.
So.
Did a few over the weekend of the music festival, but that was it really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to write a piece of music?
Varies really. Quite a while, I guess. That one I played earlier for my wife, I started that. And it kind of, you write a bit, and then sometimes you don't get any more for it. So I started it, probably a couple of years before I actually finished it. And I've got a few like that at the moment I've been working on for a couple of years. And I'm pleased with what I've got, so I don't then want to rush it and just stick any old ending on it. I want to kind of keep the quality up. But then coming up with that next little bit is just taking that bit of time, so I'm just sort of sitting on it. I've got the idea. I mean, I could play a little bit of one now that I'm just kind of working on.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes at the moment.
Okay.
So I call it Sicilian romance. It kind of, when I started it, I was watching The Godfather, and it's this beautiful little love song, but I kind of want it all to go quite tragic and dramatic at the end, and it always happens, doesn't it, in the Godfather films? They get their woman, but they can't look after her because they're involved in all this stuff and the romance, and everything just goes tragic, and I just want this big angsty sort of turmoil kind of ending to
Machine Gun.
Exactly, yeah. So I want something like that with that kind of intensity to end. To start with that nice beautiful bit, that, and then maybe just go back to the tremolo. That bit. So just thought it's got that sort of Sicilian kind of. So that's what I've been working on probably 3 years, something like that.
Does bits just come to you whenever you're at work or whenever, and you think, oh yeah, that's it?
They generally come when I'm on the guitar. Occasionally I'll have an idea for something, and like sometimes I'll get my phone out and sort of hum it into my phone. But generally come when I'm playing the guitar, and I'm my own worst enemy sometimes, because I'll come up with something, or you play something, you think that's great, and then you just forget it, and I need to discipline myself to, when I'm playing, just record everything I play when I'm trying to write, and then go back over it and pull out the little nuggets that are good. And I'm sure if I'd done that, I could have finished some of these pieces a long time ago, but you come up with it and you think, that sounds great one night, and then next night, you either just completely forget it, or you think, I had something good, what was it? And it doesn't come back, doesn't stick in your head.
How many pieces have you composed so far?
I've got, probably my set is probably it, so I'm counting down here, 1, 2, 3. I think 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that I kind of wrote it and I'm not sure about it, so I don't tend to play it. It's not as good as some of the others, so I've kind of let it. And I'm kind of getting to the point with my set where there's a few that you generally get a 40-minute set, so you can, some of the older ones or some of the ones that you don't think are quite as strong, you can let those go a bit. And when you're playing a really short little set, it's great because you can play 4 best pieces. It makes you sound amazing because you don't hear the ones that aren't quite so good, which is good.
Well, you're sounding pretty good tonight, mate. Time for
playing the 4 best ones.
Whoa! We're making go to the 13, shall we?
Is this the last one, Dave?
2 more, I think.
2 more?
Is that right? Or
yeah, that's
we counted the last one. I wasn't counting the last one. I was trying to get in the.
Yeah, I'll go with 2 more.
You're right.
I want to end with my favourite one. That's
okay.
all.
Right.
Sometimes you're kind of given, I don't know, like you're giving your 5-minute warning. You think, if I'd have known, I wouldn't have done that one previously. I would have done this one, but. This one's called The Night, and I wrote this one about a year and a half ago. And as I was saying earlier, like the titles of things, it's not always easy coming up with titles for acoustic pieces of music, and that's something that actually inspires you when you think, that's what I'm writing about. Sometimes it's just a piece of music that comes, and you think, well, what can I call that? And so I'd written this one, and then trying to think of the title. And we were on holiday in Wales, and we were up walking in the mountains, and walking up Connect Mountain in Wales. And I just thought the sound of this piece just kind of sounded like the streams babbling down through the mountains. So I thought, nice to name it after a mountain. I thought Connect was a bit of a funny name for a piece of music, really. But came back and Googled Connect, and it means the night, which I thought was perfect because there's that bit at the beginning, where you'll hear it in a second, that sounds like the water running down the side of the mountain in the streams. But with it, there's also bits of it that kind of would remind me of a knight riding out into battle. So I thought, well, the night is just perfect, perfect title for it. So there you go. Okay.